Hey guys, this is Pastor Jenna from First Presbyterian Church of Taos coming in with your weekly children's sermon. This week in church, we are going to read part of the story of a guy named Stephen. He was one of the very first deacons in the early church, and he did a lot of great things. He was filled with God's Spirit, and he helped out the orphans and the widows and basically took care of people who were poor and who were needy. But Stephen got into some trouble because he was telling people things they didn't want to hear. He was telling them the truth about God and about Jesus, but it wasn't what they wanted to hear, and so the people got really, really mad at him. And when you read in the Bible, before the people go off and they do some awful things to him. I won't get into the details here, but before that happens, it says that they ground their teeth at him, and then they covered their ears and shouted loudly so they couldn't hear what he was saying. And I kind of like that part because I know what it feels like to want to cover my ears and not hear what someone's saying, not hear the truth, not hear something that I just don't want to hear. And I'm wondering if you guys have ever felt that way, whether it's maybe your parents or grandparents telling you that it's bedtime. You don't want to hear that, or cover your ears. I've done that before. Or telling you that something sad has happened, telling you need to pick up your room, telling you need to go to school, telling you that things aren't the way you want them to be. I know even as an adult, when something like that happens, I'm kind of like those people in the story. I cover my ears and I don't want to hear it. And so I want you guys to be thinking this week about what happens when we do cover our ears and we block out that truth. In Stephen's story, it doesn't go too well, and I'm guessing the same is true for us. Sometimes we do have to hear hard things and do hard things. And sometimes when we listen to the truth, whether it's from God or from our parents or from our teachers, our friends, or even on the news, it's not the thing we want to hear. I've been feeling that some this week with all this news about the sickness and how, we have to keep staying apart. That's not what I want to hear. And yet it's the truth. And even if I cover my ears about it, it's not going to keep it from being true. So I would love it if you guys want to share with me through your parents or grandparents in the comments some exciting things that are happening for you, and maybe some things that are going on that aren't really the things that you want to hear, aren't the things you want to be happening, but maybe they're the truth. And maybe tell me one hard thing you've done this week, because we can do hard things, and we do hard things. And I want to remind you that God cares for Stephen. Jesus takes care of Stephen even when he's telling them the hard things they don't want to hear. And Jesus will take care of us and walk with us through things that are hard, and even through those things, those true things that we don't want to hear and make us want to cover our ears. So I will see you guys on Sunday and then next week. And as we always say, may God be with you there and may God be with us here. Bye-bye.